going from the horrors of the insect world to the terrors of the deep. Here we have some sort of spotted shark that's got awful little teeth fish clamped onto its rear fin, being swarmed by a school of horrible tiny little fish that the McDonald's Corporation will grab up in their nets and chop down into a fish paste slurry, injection mold and deep fry into fillet of fish sandwiches. That's how those are made. I think the fish are eating the shark or the whale shark or whatever the fuck it is. Look at it open, it's weird. Maw with no teeth, which makes it even more unnerving to look at. Got horrible little lampreys attached to its side with their awful rows of razor-sharp teeth, like a condom full of fangs. Ah, yes, the peaceful serenity of just water, nothing in it except maybe the horrible little microbial life, and nope, here comes a fucking stingray. Fuck that guy. You'll never see me be killed by a stingray like that chump crocodile hunter. I'm too smart to even get in the water with them. What are people thinking? What does it do with those horrid little protrusions on the front of it? I can't even venture to guess. Suppose it swims up behind you, latches onto your neck with those little protrusions on the front of it, and just repeatedly stings you to death. I can only imagine that's what a manta ray does. These fish are just very boring. They're just a very boring school of fish. As many school children can attest, school is often very boring, never more so than when the school is made entirely of fish. And of course, no documentary about the horrors that await you outside the safe confines of your home would be complete without touching upon the jellyfish, the absolute nadir of God's mistakes. You can't even kill these things. They live forever, they revert to a spore form, and are reborn over and over. They're immortal monsters, not unlike vampires. Look at its awful little tendrils that if one were to just ever so slightly brush up against your leg, it would feel like it burned like the very core of the sun. These fish have gained a hive mind intelligence, and now they're forming a giant catapult with which to catapult fishy seawater at us land dwellers just minding our own business. We've got to stop them. We've got to do something about these fish, the aquatic hive mind is going to supplant us as the dominant species of the land. Call your MP, write your congressman, tell them we've got to dump more pollution into the oceans to stop the fish menace. Individually, each fish looks like a complete idiot, but together, as a hive mind, they are a menace that even the Terminator could not stop. And now we have a seal, finally, an adorable mammal. Still kind of gross in the way that all biological life is, but at least it's going to scare away the horrible, bug-eyed fish people of Innsmouth in their natural habitat. Now the seals are making awful... No, it's dolphins now. And the other marine mammal that I know about, dolphins. Oh, and also whales. But this time it's dolphins and seals, and they're making the adorable but slightly upsetting squealing sounds. It's a graceful ballet of the less revolting members of the aquatic biome. What the fuck is this thing? I thought for a moment it was a sunken ship, but no, it's some sort of swordfish with sails. I'm going to call you Marlon Brando. Why? Because you're both absolutely disgusting. Apparently it plays the same 30 or so minutes stock footage over and over, 10 hours. We go now to the very worst part of the ocean, the very rock bottom of the ocean floor. Yuck, look at all this shit. Nasty. Look at these vile bottom feeders. Oh, look, an octopus. A creature so horrible, it became the signature look of the father of existential cosmic horror, H.P. Lovecraft. It's like the mini... these are all Cthulhu spawn on the ocean floor. Just Cthulhu heads all over the place. I'm screaming inside. My sanity is dying. I can ill conceive of the nightmarish scene before us. Why, God, oh why did you have to make most of creation such a nightmare shit show? What the fuck even is that thing? Liberate the ocean by killing all that resides within it. Got to dump more acidic pollution into the oceans. Kill it all. I see the 2 dots from the sniper rifles. Fire away, gentlemen. Fire away. What the ever-loving Christ is this thing? It looks like the ghost dog Zero from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Although it is the true nightmare. It's not fooling anyone with those puppy dog eyes and that little red nose. Those are merely illusions of said things. That's probably what it uses to eat you alive. Jesus titty fucking Christ. Please tell me that's not alive. Please tell me this is some sort of docile plant and not some sort of horrible animal that's made entirely of stingers. These vents of steam can get extremely hot, boiling hot, and it's a shame that they are not killing this nightmarish alien life at the bottom of our oceans and instead are fostering it. There truly is no God. Oh great, we got crabs. Oh boy, do we have crabs. Look at them, crawling around on the ocean floor. I knew sooner or later we were gonna see crabs or lobsters, some other god-awful thing, with legs and pincers and eyes on stalks. Fuck you, God. Fuck you. It's so... Crabs are such fucked up, bizarre alien creatures, they even walk sideways. For no good goddamn reason. And here we have some sort of satanic merging of a manatee with an octopus. It's going to wrap those tentacles around your head, clamp itself on good and tight, and chew through your brain with its awful octopus beak. And then it's going to walk around using your body as its body, pretending its head is your head, and nobody will suspect a thing. Now, we have a tiny little prawn trying to eat those water maggots or whatever they were. Did someone lose their dress? Did someone lose their dress when they went swimming? We found a lost lavender dress. No! It's just another one of God's cruel, mysterious, and inscrutable designs. If you were to put this thing on like a dress, it would burn you to death like the burning garment that Medea gave to the king, to, I believe it was Agamemnon or something. Look how it can stretch. What the fuck is going on in that head of it? If you can even call it that. Is the red thing its heart, or has it captured some other hapless monstrosity of the deep? That it's all veiny, that's what she said. I'll bet you anything those are teeth. Horrid, awful, nightmarish teeth. If you manage to find yourself trapped inside this hell towel, you will eventually make your way to the teeth chamber, where you will be gnawed to death and dissolved alive. And then there's this fucking thing. It's so narrow you could miss it sneaking up on you as it got close and bored its way up your rectum, eating you from the inside out. Actually, I believe that was a naked manatee. That was a manatee without its cloaky body. It was just the stinger and the narrow little bit that is its true body, but without its wing exostructure. Some lovely coral. I have no aversion to plant life, because plant life can't lick you or bite you or well, it can sting you a bit, but it doesn't piss or shit or cum. It doesn't get moist the way the membranous tissue of animals does. No. Plant life is exquisite. Poison Ivy, my favorite Batman villain, I felt I could really relate. When it comes to anemones, on the other hand, they're gross. Look at how they attach themselves to the beautiful, unliving rock at the bottom of the ocean and just sit there pulling phytoplankton into their disgusting, soft, gummy maws for further digestion. This is your brain on drugs. Big Chungus taking a big shit right there in front of God and everybody. This fish seems to tether itself to the ocean floor by means of 3 cables protruding from its unsightly body. Here we have another dress that can eat you, this time in a lovely shade of crimson. The color of the blood that's seeping from my eyes and ears. It's like a literal Ursula the Sea Witch, except without all of the seductive charm and personality. It's like a low-level Final Fantasy enemy. With a low HP, but high evasion. So it's a pain in the dick. And a high magic defense, so it's a pain in the dick to beat it. What the fuck is this bullshit? This had better be something along the lines of fiddlehead moss or something like that. This is some sort of animal organism. I'm gonna shit. And here we have a bell with tentacles that can pull you in and eat you. It's the tentacled death bell. Jesus. Titty fucking Christ. What is this? I've never seen anything so ugly in all my life. Look at all the little parts hanging off of it. I want to gouge my eyes out with a dull spoon. I want because it's important that it's painful enough, it's extra painful, so that it ensures that I have the image of what I just saw taken firmly out of my mind. Apparently, someone deep-fried this coral and put it back in the ocean. Looks very tasty. What a blessedly sterile, rocky scene. I wish that I was merely a disembodied consciousness floating through the cosmos, observing and commenting on everything, and wishing for the extinction of all the disgusting life in the universe except plant life. This doesn't look like an effective umbrella whatsoever. That's probably why it ended up at the bottom of the ocean. Now we have some sort of shark. Probably the least horrifying of anything we've seen so far. At least it has a nice, smooth, matte skin. As long as it doesn't open its mouth and show us its weird, either extremely toothy or completely toothless maw. This here is a big bitch. Note how it's weird, stalky, but nonetheless stubby eyes stick off the side of this horror that it calls a body. Apparently, the bottom of the ocean, all the cuttlefish and octopi have big floppy ears like Dumbo. You're watching Tim Burton's Dumbo right now on National Geographic. Lot of fish, lot of organisms, the bottom of the ocean that look like dresses. Oh, fuck this thing. It looks just like the monster from that Jake Gyllenhaal movie Life, and I don't like it, and I'm very creeped out, and I wish the filmmakers had elected to shoot it with something. Stamp it underfoot. Look at the horrible pink and blue brain squid. It almost looks like it has a screaming human face on it. Probably one of its human victims that absorbed into its overall body horror situation. A real Cronenberg. Imagine touching this. Imagine this brushing up against your leg while you went swimming. Makes me want to kill myself. This thing has big blue eyes on swivels that make it look like a cartoon fish. And here we see life at its most essential, one organism trying to murder another one gross, disgusting, vile creature trying to kill and consume another. But this fish is having none of it, so it's going over here to hang out with its starfish friend. Starfish are really horrible creatures. They look absolutely nightmarish on their undersides with lots of little quivering, tendrily things lining the underside of it. It's really gross. Look out, Mario! Here comes the squid enemy. It's pushing its way upward so that it can lazily drift downward. And you can't shoot your fireballs at it or jump on it. Water levels are the worst.